Hey guys, I can't believe it. We're here like the day before semi-final one. The week or 10 days, however long it's been, it's just flown by.
So quick.
Right, but we're going to talk about who we think is going through to the grand final of Eurovision on Saturday. Yes. We're going to go through all of the countries performing in semi-final one in order, because we know you guys love an order. Starting with Lithuania, the opener. And we will let you know whether we think it's going to qualify or not, and there will probably be some differences of opinions. I look forward to finding out. But let's start with Lithuania. Tommy, I'm going to come to you first for Lithuania.
I mean, there's no way this cannot qualify. They're opening the show. It's so high energy. It's so unique. A great catchy song. The crazy dance moves that we all love from the group. It's going through. There's no question. I think it's a certain qualifier.
For me, yes. I'm not so certain it's a certain qualifier, but I'm definitely, if I have to say yes or no, yes. For me, they've maybe I'm used to seeing this song a lot, but it's lost the energy of the beginning. It's still infectious. I think probably for the casual view that watches them for the first time, they're gonna love them. But yes, I think they will qualify.
Yeah, what a fantastic way to open Eurovision 2021. Exactly the type of song that you need to welcome Eurovision back. I get what you're saying, Clara, about kind of losing the energy, but every time they step on that stage and I see the performance again, it takes me back to when I first saw it, and it makes me happy, and it's like 3 minutes of joy with the, with the crazy dance, and everyone's going to want to get involved. I cannot see this not going through, so this has to be a qualifier. It's also my mum's favourite, so I know that she would be voting for it if she could, because I don't think she can vote in this semi-final.
Vote, Brenda, vote.
Yes. So there we go, Lithuania. So it looks like all three of us think it's going to go through. Then we come to Slovenia. What a shock of this Eurovision.
This has grown on me so much. I remember when it first came out, I just like, meh, yeah, whatever. But now seeing it on stage, hearing it live, or hearing her real vocals, I think it's amazing. I think it's almost ready to win. I don't want to call it a winner because I have my top 5 already in my mind, but I think it's way more than I expected. So yes, definitely yes, qualifier.
Yeah, I will say when I first heard the song, I kind of disregarded it straight away. But then coming here to Rotterdam and seeing the rehearsals and seeing how they've staged it and as amazing live vocals, I'm thinking, yeah, it's closer to qualifying than not, but I'm still not certain. But it's so powerful. So from that perspective, it's in a strong position.
Yeah, I actually think that this is a dark horse for qualification, actually. The first time I saw the rehearsal, I was totally blown away by the stage. And we know that Anna can knock out a tune on stage. There was no concerns about that. But I was just worried that the staging was going to be a bit underwhelming, and it was going to get forgotten in the second place after the route.
Yeah.
But wow, when I saw the rehearsal for the first time, totally blown away, covered me in goosebumps, and she's literally doing no wrong on stage. And I think this is now going to be a qualifier. Lots of people probably didn't think it would qualify coming into this show. But it's a very classy song as well. Love her as a performer. And yeah, Slovenia, you got it bang on with the staging. So I actually think Slovenia will possibly be going through to the final on Saturday. Now we come to Russia.
Russia, I think it's a yes. It's a yes for me. Her personality is very contagious. She has also this parody element that many people in Eastern Europe are going to understand and probably get behind it. So I don't think it's possible that Russia doesn't qualify. So it will qualify for sure.
Yeah, for me, certain qualifier. It's a brilliant song, and it's all about Mnesia. Her personality and her quirkiness is so integral to this song. Obviously, the message is really important. The visuals where she's having, uplifting phrases on the stage, and pictures of Russian women singing along. I think it's just so powerful, and yeah, it has to qualify.
Yeah, it's so different to what we are used to from Russia. These overproduced stagings, overproduced singers that are over-rehearsed. This seems fresh, and it's like a new direction for Russia, I think.
It's exactly that, and I would be distraught if this doesn't go through. After watching the the dress rehearsal today and seeing the songs kind of perform one after the other, it lost a little bit for me today, which made me concerned that if it doesn't go through, it will literally be like in 11th place. I'm hoping that people will fall in love with her personality. That shines through on screen. She's so much fun. The whole package with the backing dancers is fantastic. We've got all these kind of positive affirmations on screen, which hopefully people will get behind. I just worry it's going to get forgotten. coming after kind of Slovenia now, which has got this beautiful, stunning staging. I'm slightly concerned for Russia, but it's not because of the song, it's not because of her, and it's not because of the performance. But yeah, I would like to see this going through.
Definitely.
Then we come to Sweden, and I feel like we've not been talking about Sweden a lot, which maybe says something.
Yes.
Tommy.
Sweden, so this is where I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I think Sweden are at risk of not qualifying. And not because it's a bad song, not because it's bad staging, it's just the standard across the board is so high, and I think it's just going to slip under the cutoff, under the radar, under the threshold. There's just so many standout songs, and I think Tuesday is going to get lost. Yeah. So yeah, I'm afraid to say I don't think they'll qualify.
I agree. It's not that it's a bad song. There's nothing wrong with the song, but there's nothing remarkable about it.
Yeah, I mean, I love him as a performer, and I would love to see him go through to the final. But I'm kind of sharing the same feelings as you guys. I think when you watch the whole show, as we have today, for me, it's not a song that I'm remembering as a standout. It's got a great. He's a great performer. He's got a great vocal performance. There's nothing particularly wrong with the staging. I just don't think it's been elevated enough to make it stand out amongst a lot of the other songs in this semi-final. And I think this is probably one of Sweden's most dangerous years in terms of qualification in recent times. If it doesn't go through again, it will be another one that's just outside. Maybe juries will save Sweden this year. I don't know, we will see. But I'm a bit like this for Sweden. I don't fancy your chances too much, and I'm sorry for that, guys. Australia, so we got to see the full run through of Montaigne's performance again today. Tommy.
Australia, I think, are in doubt as well. Obviously, they're still in with a chance, but it breaks my heart to say that Montaigne, I don't think it's going to be in the top 10. Obviously, her vocals in the live on tape performance are fantastic. The visuals are great, but is the live on tape versus arena version an issue? For me, I think it is a tiny bit, and it shouldn't be, and I'm sorry to say that, but I think Australia might be in doubt.
For me, also, Australia might be in doubt, just because for me, the performance, the way the fluorescent, I don't know how to call them, but like these fluorescent or ultraviolet things they have going on,
too much.
It's not comfortable to watch.
Yeah.
It makes me blink my eyes to clear them to see if I can get rid of the blurriness that this filter causes. I'm not sure if it's a filter or what it is, but I think it's not. It would not appeal to a European audience. Maybe it appeals to an Australian audience, but not a European audience.
Yeah, same for me. It was slightly uncomfortable to watch. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the lighting and the filters that they've got. It does make your eyes go funny. Also, she doesn't look happy in the live performance, and you don't really see her personality coming through, and I think that's a shame, because she's such a she has got a personality. We've seen that. I just don't think it's coming through in this performance. So unfortunately, our friends down in Australia, I'm not sure if this is going to be your year. North Macedonia, Vasil, another one that came out with kind of wow staging. I watched it today and it looked very, very beautiful again.
It looks beautiful, but I don't think it's gonna qualify. I'm not really sure what the audience, who the target audience of this performance is. So I don't know who it will appeal to.
Yeah, for me, I think it's telling his story, and that's what he's here to do. He's telling his story through song, and it is a beautiful song, but I get that it can maybe seem quite niche. And
very
won't necessarily appeal to a wide audience, but there may be people that are wowed by the stage. And it does look really beautiful, actually, especially when he kind of reveals his glass chest, is what I'm going to call it. Tommy.
For me, I think North Macedonia is 50-50. I think the chances are 50-50 qualification versus not. It's a beautiful song. I think it'll appeal to juries more than the public. Maybe it takes a little bit of time to get going. That might be an issue, because for those 3 minutes, you kind of need to hold the attention for the whole part. But yeah, I think it's 50-50 and I can't decide. Okay,
and then we come to... there's no point talking about Ireland, is there? Come on.
Ireland, oh God, I don't know. It breaks my heart. I mean, I really want it to happen, and I know how hard Leslie has worked. It's very ambitious. I just hope that the connection of the concept gets through to the audience. Because we know that Leslie has thought about every individual detail. It's very meticulous, everything has been thought through, but I just hope it translates on television to the viewers at home. Fantastic song, fantastic performer, deserves to qualify, but if it will happen, I don't know.
It's a no for me. There's so many things happening on stage, and her vocals are not great. For me, I'm sorry, but there is no point to have a song on a tune where you cannot comfortably sing and you are struggling to reach the higher notes because she doesn't sound comfortable or her voice doesn't sound rounded and full on the chorus. So that takes away a lot of the performance, and the fact that there's so many things happening on stage, it's crammed, and I don't think it's flowing very naturally. I don't think it's a qualifier.
It's a real shame because I get what they were trying to do with the staging. They're going to try and do something really clever and really stand out, and it does stand out. However, what's happening for me is she's so focused on making sure she's in exactly the right place, exactly the right moment, that there's other parts of the performance that don't shine through, including her personality, because she looks so focused. She doesn't look like she's really enjoying the moment, and I think that's what she needs. I think the staging might stand out enough to have a qualification, but if it is a qualification, it will be kind of in the bottom of the top 10. But I'm with you, Tommy. I really want to see it because I love her. I want to see her go through it. It'd be amazing for you guys as well. But let's move on to Cyprus. I don't even know if we need to have a conversation on this one.
Yes.
100% yes.
Yeah, Cyprus is going through, been solid all the way through, hasn't it?
They came with the homework done.
Yeah, the colour stands out because we haven't got a lot of red this year, and you know it's just solid. So Cyprus going through. Now our friend Tix from Norway.
Yes.
I think so too. Actually, there's something really endearing about him on stage. You know,
And he's super popular, so he's going to have a lot of voting.
In Norway though, so not necessarily outside
yes,
of
he wrote
Norway.
Sweet But Psycho.
But people watching won't know that, I don't think. So
I
think
they will make a point on saying that, like the commentators will make a point on saying that it would be...
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I would pick up the phone for someone just because they'd written a famous song. I don't know. So I think that's going to be the only drawback for me. But you think it will send him through?
Yes.
I've fallen in love with Tix the more I've gotten to know him, and I kind of had written him off after the national final, and I wasn't that much in love with the song, but knowing him as a person, knowing his background, his history, I've really connected with it a lot more. My worry is about the first time viewer who's seeing it for the first time. Will they have the same misconceptions that I had, which in a perfect world wouldn't happen, but I think he is not sure of qualification.
Okay. I think he will go through, but he will be in the lower part of the top 10. I think people will just have to understand him in those 3 minutes, and I think they're doing well at getting that across in the performance. I think people that don't know him will maybe look at it as a bit of a joke act, and that's the only thing that concerns me with Tits, because otherwise, you know, the performance is solid, the vocals are good, but I do think he will go through.
Yes, and every time we have any video content of him, the views and the count skyrocket. So I am quite sure he's popular enough to just make it through.
Okay, and then we have Albina from Croatia with TikTok.
Yes, I think she will also qualify. It's very visually appealing. The way they're using the stage and the staging is so clever. It's fascinating to watch. So I think yes, and her vocals are really good. She needs to nail the oh no, and then that would be fantastic.
Yeah, for me, we're going to see Croatia back in the Eurovision final. One of my favourite stagings, actually, and the best use of blue and pink in this contest, and it has been used a lot. She's not using the main stage as well, which makes it stands out. She's got these fantastic dancers as well. It's solid all the way through. Her vocals have been great all the way through, and she actually does get her personality across very, very well on stage as well. So yeah, definite qualification for Croatia.
Yeah, 100% yes for me. Every frame of that performance is perfection. It's choreographed and rehearsed and polished, and I can't see it not going through. It has to. Now,
this is where my eyes fail me because I can't read the next. Is that Belgium?
Belgium.
Hooverphonic. Age is catching up with me. Hooverphonic.
No, and it breaks my heart. I think there's too many very powerful and visually interesting songs in this final, and I think they're going to miss a spot. Even though if it's a classy a beautiful classy song, and the guys on stage are doing something different to the rest, and there's like, it's very elegant and dark and mysterious, and I love hearing that on my playlist, but I just don't think it's going to qualify.
Yeah, I agree with you. It stands out for all the right reasons, but I don't think there's enough reasons to send it through to the final, which is a shame, because I like to see really classy songs like this in a Eurovision final. I just think maybe this isn't the year for this kind of song. So
definitely, you have to understand what the audience want, and we've been through a pandemic, so we just want to like switch our head off and like go crazy and dance. So maybe this would have been great in another year, but not this one, as you're saying.
The only thing I can see saving Belgium is the juries. So obviously the jury show is tonight, so we're not sure how the juries are going to vote. They might be Belgium's saviour this year.
Yeah, I'm unsure of qualification, but I really hope they do. And I think it's important for Eurovision as a song contest to have a song like that in the final. And yeah, I believe in them so much. Obviously, they're such an experienced band and expert songwriters. Gaika is an amazing performer. I really wanted to qualify, but it could go two ways. I'm hoping that there's such a unique genre within the whole semi-final that they'll get those votes for the people who aren't looking for maybe up-tempo dance numbers. So I hope they qualify, but it's 50-50.
Yeah, then we move on to Israel. I'll start with this one. I think it's going to go through. She's young, she's fresh, it's very vibrant, colourful. The vocals are on point. She's got those amazing whistle notes. I would be very surprised if Israel don't get through.
Same, I think Israel is going to make it through with no problem, because for all the reasons you've mentioned, it's fun. It's like, I don't know, bubblegum music. I like for this time is what we need.
Yeah, with that amazing revamp of the song, and you know, the dress reveal, the whistle note, all the elements are there, and the execution has been perfect so far. So yeah, I think it's going through, but now I'm realising that I'm probably saying more than 10 are going through, so that might be
I'm going to sit with you for Romania now, Tommy.
Okay, so Romania, again, another one that breaks my heart, but I don't think it will be going through. The concept is strong, the message is strong, the music is strong, the performer is strong, but sometimes those elements just don't connect, and for some reason it's not happening for me.
I don't think it's going through. Her vocals are shaky, and she's constantly off key, and she doesn't look confident on stage. So it's a big no for me.
Yeah, there's just something not working. It's just not all coming together as I think they had in their vision. There's never all parts working well together, and I think that's going to affect their chances this year. We might be surprised. She might come out in the semi-final and do an amazing vocal performance, and you know, in that respect, then it could be a dark horse. But at the moment, based on what we've seen, it's I think Romania's going to struggle to go through, and I'm really sad to say that, because she's got such a distinctive voice. You know, love listening to her. And then we come on to that's Azerbaijan, in case you couldn't tell by my dance moves.
How would they not get that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know. So Azerbaijan, I'll tell you why. I think, and this is wrong because we shouldn't compare artists and pit them against each other, but when I compare
I'm about to do just that.
I'm about to do just that. I'm about to make a huge generalization on the internet. But when I compare Azerbaijan's performance against Cyprus and Albania and Israel, I don't see it on the same level. And for that reason, I mean, we're splitting hairs now. There's only 10 places, so for that reason, I don't think it will make it through.
I think it is going to go through, and I think the second half of this song is going to take it through.
Yes.
Because it's when you get to that kind of big explosion bit towards the end, it totally changes it for me. You know, nothing wrong with her vocals. Her performance has been solid all the way through. She's got the dance moves, you know, fantastic dancers. But it's when we just get that big eruption of power towards the end. I think people's ears are going to stand up, and I think that will send them through to the final. Then our guys go away from Ukraine.
Yes. There's everything. It's crazy. It's like a volcano. It's the eruption of music and craziness and rave, and it's what we need. Yes.
Yeah. If they don't go through, I'm going to flip the roof off the Ahoy tomorrow night. They have to go through.
Yeah, if you'd asked me before I saw the staging, I probably would have still said yes, but having seen the concept of the staging and the execution, I don't know what brain that came out of, but it's absolutely perfect. It couldn't have been any more perfect. It's definitely going through.
Yeah. And then Malta, Destiny. We've finally seen the outfit, and it works.
Finally, an outfit, it works. Because It's a new silver dress, I think.
And
We've
she's got
seen
the wig on as well.
and she has
hasn't
a wig. She has a new silver dress, and I like it because it suits her body. This one, and she got like I think the boots, the high boots looked black at the beginning, but then they changed color at the end. But I think that's a light, one of the the light reflecting on them, and I like it because I had an issue with the pink boots because then the color combinations of the whole staging was unbalanced. But I love that they finally managed to fit all of the costumes with the staging, and she looks wonderful and amazing and comfortable, and it sounds great.
Yeah, of course it's going through. You know, one of the favourites this year for very good reason. I love her. She's got this amazing voice. She's coming out there with this amazing personality, but also this great message. And she showed that all the way through this week. So, of course, Malta's going through. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I have to say yes. And it's been fascinating to see the iterations that they've gone through to get to as perfect as it is now. And what I saw today is something that I hadn't seen previously, is like her having so much fun on stage, and her personality, her quirkiness. She just looks like she's enjoying every minute, so that translates to the viewer as well. So
yeah, and that's why we say, isn't it? You know, don't take everything from the rehearsals because it's rehearsing, it's trying to get things right. Now they've got it right, and it's fantastic. But guys, that's what we think, and what do we know? We would love to know what you think. You've probably seen the rehearsal clip, so let us know in the comments down there who your top 10 predictions are for going through to the final from semi-final 1. Otherwise, follow us on our socials, drop us comments on there, and we will be back very, very soon.
Yes, indeed.
I hope you're not bored of us yet, but we will be back, and we'll see you soon, guys.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye.